Welcome, guys. So this is going to be the last video in this series. I'll probably come back and do something on this in the future, but for now, this is going to be the last video, and I have a couple of reasons for that. One of which is I actually engage in quite a number of things right now, and I won't have the opportunity to be able to apply to jobs or on as much as I would like to, or as I have before. So I think right now I'm currently working on about let me count. I think I have a couple on my screen. I think that's one, two, okay, three, four. So I think I'm working on 4 projects right now, and tomorrow it will probably increase to 5. It will increase to 5. So yeah, the time to I think that's one of the reasons why I haven't posted this late. Yeah, and well, and that reason I posted this late is because my cousins are around and they wouldn't. These children won't stop making noise. So yeah, I just have to let them be. I mean, they might never get opportunity when they grow up to be able to shout as much as they are right now. I mean, I can't shout as much as I used to. All right, so um, that's it basically, and yeah. So what I'm going to do in this video is just share my learnings with you throughout this journey, and I think it's been worth it, and I think I've actually learned a couple of things that would help me when I'm applying to other jobs. So yeah, I'm not going to be listing something I read somewhere online. I'm just going to be listing, talking about my experiences and what I've learned so far from applying throughout this journey. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah. All right. So the first thing I'm going to say is I'm going to start with where I am actually, the unpaid internship. So I think what you want to do is when you have the opportunity to provide value, you want to do that very well. So the friend who brought me in, I'd worked with him on a project. The last project I worked with him on before, I don't need to talk about timeline. Yeah, that was last year anyway, towards the end of last year. He gave me something to work on, and I asked for duration, and then I told him 4 days because I usually give that kind of duration. If for example something will take 3 days, I'm going to give you 4 days. So then and I delivered the product in 2 days and was expecting in 4 days. So when you see someone like that in come back to you for an internship, you definitely want to bring that person in because you know this person is going to be productive. This person is going to provide value, and the person is going to do it very well. Yeah. So when I think that's one of the reasons why I also got in. So yeah, you want to make sure you provide value very well, excellent. You want to make sure you do whatever you're doing excellently as much as you can. Yeah. So I think that's one thing. And also, I'm just going to go to into this. I think I should go into this right now. Yeah. So for this, I can't remember when I applied for this, but then I got this email, and yeah, it's even on Django. But I will take it anyway, anyways, and I mean just for the experience and see where it goes. Yep. Yeah. So for this was actually okay. My first interview, not physical interview. I've never had a physical interview. This was actually my first interview, and I'm pretty sure that I was going to enter, but I somewhere I stopped that, and that was because I'm going. Okay, you know what? I'm going to take you guys on a journey, and so you guys understand where we are going. So for this one, um, I'm probably going to bring a couple of points out of it, and these points also apply to other projects or other applications you might want to go for. So yeah, one other thing you want to make sure you do is you want to make sure you join WhatsApp groups, social media platforms. I think I mentioned this in my last video. You want to make sure you join platforms like WhatsApp developer groups, Slack, on Discord. I think I know someone that has gotten a job from Discord before. Yeah, Discord, and then maybe LinkedIn. Yeah, LinkedIn as well. I mean, you might get lucky. Uh, yeah, so just social media platforms you think developers are on, you might get the opportunity to get a job, even on Twitter as well. Yeah, there are certain people who post about job openings. Yeah, so for this, it was in a WhatsApp developers group, and they shared it, and then I applied. So when I applied, they go back to me, and the interview was scheduled for 1. Actually, that 1 o'clock was the time for a class. So I didn't want to like miss that class because it was one of the classes where if you missed, you can't read slides on. You had to be in the woman's class to. Yeah, I think it was it. It was one of those classes. You had to be in that woman's class to write everything she's saying. So because that's what she brings her questions are from basically, not from some slides. Yeah, so I had to be in that class, and so what I just did there was I told them that I was going to. Uh, I had prior commitment before that, so I wanted to reschedule to 12. But then we later rescheduled to 10:30, and then no 12:30, and then we had the interview. So I just had to look for somewhere with lighting. Adjusted my tie, moved it actually, and then I had the interview. So when I was in the interview, I think these people were actually pretty impressed. And one of the reasons for that was I spoke about their company and how I would integrate and how much interested I was in helping them solve that problem. So one of the things you want to make sure you do is you want to make sure you read up on the company you are applying to. So make sure you know what they are doing, and then you speak about it when you're in during the interview when you're asked to introduce yourself. And also when you're sending your emails, I would actually let me show you the email I sent for this. So yeah, so this was the email I sent. So you want to make sure because those people were pretty impressed during the interview when I spoke about what their product did or what it does. Yeah, they are still building. So yeah, so and towards the end, I mentioned that I was a student, and I could see it on their face. They were not interested in that idea of bringing on a student at the time. But then, so they told me they would get back to me, and they didn't get back until March here. I'm trying to avoid sharing their CEO's mail because I think you should send the mail in one of these mails. So I'm trying to avoid that as much as I can. Okay, R. I think that's for support, yeah. So, so they go back to me here on the 30th, and yeah, so when they go back to me on this, so I'm still going to come back to this mail and talk about the valued stuff, the reason why I opened this mail. So let me complete this part of the story and just take you guys along. So when later got back to me. After that, I told them I was a student, and then when they got back on the 30th, this was basically an interview to tell me they were going to bring me on. They told me they were going to give me data subscription stipends. They were going to be giving me monthly allowance, no allowance for goodness sake, it's just pay. Yeah, so they're going to be paying me as well. But then I'm going to talk about the reason why this didn't go through, but then we're going to come back to that later on. So yeah, talking on make sure you provide when you have the opportunity to provide value, you want to make sure. No, that's not the point. You want to make sure. The point is you read about the company, do your research about the company, and speak about them. So yeah. So yes, as you can see, in the initial mail I sent, I I talked about what their product does and how interested I am in it. So basically, when you see this, you know, okay, this person read about it. So another point I'm going to bring out from this is you want to make sure you are building projects. One, and then the second point from this is if you have the opportunity to build in public, just do it. So I actually built this e-commerce product I did. So the product is kind of an e-commerce product. But then the one I did just prior to that in January that I finished, I built it live on Twitter as I was posting all this as I was building it. So then I linked it in here. And so me having a project that was good enough. And then me linking a similar project. So you might not necessarily build a similar project to wherever you're applying to. I didn't plan this by the way. So I didn't plan building an e-commerce project to just apply to them. So yeah, so you just want to make sure you can link something similar to what you've done. And if you build in public, just post it. When they go through, they'll be like, oh, this person took us took people through the steps, and yeah, they probably see you as a good communicator and someone who is confident in their skills. Because if you're not confident in what you're doing, you probably would not be posting online. So yeah, so being confident does actually mean you're really good. Yeah. So yeah, you grow as you build, and that's one of the things I believe in. So I kept posting on there. So yeah, you want to make sure that when you have the opportunity to build in public, do it, and make sure you are building projects as well. And yeah, so back to the reason why didn't get in. I didn't get in because when they told me all about this, I told them to just hold on, and I will get back to them. Then the reason was because the time for my second semester fell in the time for the internship, and if I had taken the internship, if I was going to be doing something I was in fact, I was going to take it, but then when I got to hear that I would work with React and TypeScript, thankfully I started learning React at the time, but then I had not used TypeScript with React. So I just told them that I was honest with them about that. But I could have easily just said okay and then learnt about it, because when they even spoke about it, we were already speaking onwards and we are about to just conclude and just bring me on with the team. But then I stopped them at that point and told them about the TypeScript stuff. And I think the reason why I actually did that was because, not because I couldn't learn TypeScript, because I could easily do that and learn on the job, but it was because of I didn't want the internship to affect my grade at that point, because the second semester in school at the moment was going to be short and the exams were going to be like in 1 week duration. So I didn't want that to affect. So I had to drop that, and yeah. So I have no regrets about this, because I would probably be regretting if I had taken it, because things were quite intense at some point with the exams and whole classes. Things came so fast, and so on and so. Yeah, so I think it's fine. And so I think that's the points. Those are the points I have. Let me see if I have any from my learning so far. So I'm just going to try to recall, and just so you guys can just have a refresher on everything I'll be speaking on as well. So the first thing you want to make sure you do is, when you have the opportunity to provide value, do it as much as you can, do it excellently, do it well, and also what's the second point? Do your research about the company you're applying to and speak about it in your email, speak about it when you're doing your interview. Also, the third one is okay, so you want to make sure you're building projects as well. Build projects, make sure you're building projects. And when you have the opportunity to build in public, do it. If you can build it and be posting updates on it, please do it. It might help. And I think I'm missing out on the point. Well, yeah. So, well, everything will be on the timestamp on the chapters, so you guys can just like catch up on it. So, yeah, I think that I don't want this video to get too long, guys, and so I'm just going to stop it right here. And so far that has been my learning. These have been my learnings, and so next up, I'll just probably be taking you guys on a journey of what I'm building. So right now, tomorrow I'll probably be starting a project on building my first webbook. That's not what it is exactly, but the project is about a webbook, and it's going to be my first webbook. Yeah, so I might probably take you guys on it, record, and take you guys through the thought process and how I learn and how I build things. Yeah, so that's it basically. And I hope you guys enjoy this. I think this is something I can look back on and maybe watch and learn from. And probably it was worth it. Yeah, people can come here and learn one or two. Yeah, that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoy this. And if you didn't, still give it this like, smash the like button. Yeah, so hopefully I don't disappear again. And I'll try as much as possible to be here as much as I can, no matter how busy I am. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Don't be scared, I ain't afraid. Just like that, come my way. That's my shit, that's my wave.